Yassel guys, Nico here, and today we're going to be whipping up one of my favourite Greek desserts, Lemonopita. It's a Greek lemon cake made from flaky phyllo pastry, zesty lemons, and creamy Greek yogurt, and then drenched in a beautiful syrup. You're going to love it. It's quick and easy to make, light, soft and fluffy, and let me tell you, it's perfect for any occasion. Let's jump into it. I've got my saucepan here on my trusty gas cooker, and I'm going to start off by adding inside 2 cups of water to this. To that, we're going to add inside 500 grams of sugar. So we're going to go and grab ourselves a lemon. I've got 1 medium-sized lemon here, and we're just going to slowly work our way around the lemon. We just want to get those fragrant yellow strips, and we're going to be adding them into our saucepan. So we'll pop this inside here. Now we'll take our same lemon, we're just going to quickly slice it up, and with our trusty squeezer, we're just going to squeeze inside all that fresh tanginess. To finish off, we're going to grab 1 cinnamon stick, and what this is just going to provide us with is that warm, spicy note, and it just really complements the lemon perfectly. Now I'm going to place this pan over a medium to high heat, and we're going to bring this mixture to a boil. We're going to give it a gentle stir just to incorporate everything nicely. So now if you come and take a look, it's at a good boil. We're just going to let this simmer, and we want this to go for about 2 minutes just to really let the flavors blend together beautifully. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm just going to move this to the back and let this cool down. Now the next step of this recipe is preparing our phyllo pastry. The phyllo is going to help form the batter of this cake, and it's going to help create a really soft and fluffy texture throughout. It's beautiful. Now I use this packet of phyllo pastry. It's 375 grams. It's just found at my local supermarket in the fridge section. So if you have a look inside, mine comes rolled up like this. If yours comes out in a flat parcel, just roll it up to be easy. And now I'm going to pop this down on my workbench, and we're just going to cut this into thin strips the whole way through. We want to unroll them and unstick them from each other just by tossing them around a bit. This way they come loose and they don't stick together. We're going to be putting these into the oven to dry it out. And what I've got to my side here, I've got a lined baking tray. I'm going to be transferring all this phyllo pastry onto here. So we're going to put this now into the oven at 100 degrees Celsius, fan forced. Now because my pile is a little bit thick, as you can see, after 15 minutes, I'm going to pull this out and we're going to rotate it and then put it back in for another 15 minutes just to make sure that all our parts are nice and crispy. But I just want to let you know, we're not trying to brown up this phyllo pastry. We just want to dry it out so that we can crush it and put it into our cake batter. All right, now to start preparing the cake mixture, I've got this bowl here, and we're going to start off by putting inside 4 whole eggs. So I'm just going to crack these into the bowl real quickly. Done. And now that the eggs are in, I'm going to follow that up with another 200 grams of sugar here. So I'll sprinkle this inside. Now I've got myself a mixer, and we're just going to beat this up a little bit just until it's nice and creamy. Now keep the mixer on standby. Just pop it to my side here, and we're going to grab ourselves our Greek yogurt. And this is just going to help add that, that wonderful moistness, slight bit of extra tang. It's just going to help balance out perfectly the sweetness of this cake. Next up, I've got 200 grams here of melted butter, which I prepared earlier, and I'm going to take out 1 tablespoon. I just want to keep that so that I can coat our dish after that we're going to be baking in. The rest of it is going to go straight into this bowl here. So we'll just tip all this inside. Now I'm just going to add inside 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, and now I'm just going to add inside 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which is going to help this cake rise beautifully. Now I've got our star of the show, the lemons. I've got 2 medium-sized ones here again. I'm going to grab myself my trusty zester, and we're going to take off all the skin and get that zest in here with the rest of the batter. Now this is a lemon cake, but if for whatever reason you don't want it too lemony, maybe you can just remove one of the zest. Don't put both of them in there. But I've tested this a few times with more lemons, less lemons, and I honestly think this is the perfect ratio that you're really going to like it. Now next up, I'm sure you guessed it, I'm just going to grab my 2 lemons here. I'm going to give them a quick slice, and we're just going to add all this juice into the bowl as well. Fantastic. Now we've got our lemons in the bowl with the rest of the ingredients. We're going to grab our mixer again, and we're going to give this a really good mix, just incorporating all the ingredients together nicely. Make sure they're gelling well, and it's just really well incorporated. All right, lovely. Now that's mixed well enough. Grab my phyllo out and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's been 30 minutes and the phyllo is completely dry, as you can see. It's crunchy, it's all aired out, and I can easily crush this now, which is exactly what we need. So slowly, I'm gonna grab a few handfuls, and over the top of the bowl, I'm just gonna crush it in like that. I honestly think the finer that you do this, the better. It just makes it more fluffy, but at the same time, you don't want it to be a powder either. Fine little chunks is perfect. So I'm working through this. I've got about 3-4 good handfuls in there already. Grab myself a spatula, and I'm just gonna slowly work through this, give it a good mix together, combine it well, and then we're just gonna continue on and keep going through till all of the phyllo is incorporated into this. Now, when I've got about this much left here, what I tend to do, I just find that easier, just crush the rest of it on the tray, as so. We'll just pick this up, create a bit of a funnel, Etsy, and slowly dip him in. Last stretch, just continue mixing this through. So it's smooth, it's well combined, and we're ready to get our dish sorted. What I'm working with here is, I think it's 32 centimeters by 22 centimeters. I'll tip the butter in here just as so. And what we want to do is just coat the bottom and the sides really well. Now, what I've got here is just some plain flour. There's about 1 tablespoon, which I've got. And I'm just going to dust this gently. It helps prevent the cake from sticking to the dish and just helps give the bottom of it a nice even surface. All right, so we'll grab our batter and we're going to slowly work this into the dish. Oh, get how nice it smells. If you like me and you like lemons, you're gonna love this cake. Now, because of the texture of this cake, it does move around quite a lot and very easily. So I'm just gonna give this a bit of a shake, just to help get it nice and even. And then I'm just gonna tap this down on my bench as well, just to remove any excess bubbles. And it's just gonna help ensure a nice even bake. All right, so now this is ready for the oven. We're gonna do a stavro over the top, and I'm gonna pop this into the oven at 160 degrees Celsius, set to fan, for around 40 minutes or so. Opa, it has been 40 minutes. Beautifully golden in color on the top. It's cooked evenly, and let me tell you, this kitchen smells like sweet Greek lemons. It's beautiful. Our syrup has cooled down. It's pretty much cold now. We're gonna pour this straight on top. So slowly tip it and get it as even as possible everywhere. Now, don't be scared, it might look like a lot of syrup, but let me tell you, this cake's gonna soak it all up beautifully. We'll be back in about half an hour. We'll give it a cut and I'll show you what the inside looks like. All right, it has been about 45 minutes. I actually ate dinner, so I'm primed well, ready for dessert. This smells wild, it looks beautiful. And right about now, I'm gonna grab my knife to the right of me and we're gonna cut this up into about 8 pieces, okay? You can get this into 12 pieces, that's for sure. My family, they're a bit gutsy, so we're going a little bit big. So we'll just go straight down here. And that's it. Time to grab the old spatch. We'll pull one out. Have a look at that. That is beautiful. Soft, flaky. I can't wait to eat this. I'm just gonna grab myself my plate. And I'm gonna just pop this down here. Now, we want to spruce him up a little bit. I'll put the cinnamon on top, and then we'll just bring the lemon zest to the party as well. Golden, moist, soaked in this beautiful syrup, perfectly flaky, and they're just waiting for Nico to eat this. So I'm gonna grab my little fork here, opening him up. Oh, have a look at that. It's my second time eating this week. This is better than the first one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yes, I'll see you in the next one.